I completely transformed my body from this to this in 4 months. Today I'll be going over everything I did from my diet to my training to not only get shredded but also build muscle. First, let's talk about my starting point. I had been bulking hardcore for 6 months, eating between 3,500 and 4,000 calories a day. I also was a freshman in college, so my diet quality went from clean meals to fast food and unhealthy snacks. Luckily, I had reverse dieted the summer before, which is just the process of slowly increasing your calories to boost your metabolism, so I didn't really notice too much excess fat until around January. So why did I push the food so hard? To be honest, I really just wanted to hit a 495 deadlift PR, and I didn't even hit it. I also had never really committed to a bulk. This is common for people who had been overweight before just because of the subconscious feeling of gaining the weight back. But I had already gotten lean before, so I decided to go all in on this bulk, training heavy, eating a calorie surplus, and building as much muscle as possible. So this right here is where I ended up. I began my cut the first week of March and decided to take a different approach to my diet. In the past, I would Google a calculator to find my calorie maintenance and then just subtract 500 from that. This would result in about 12 weeks of eating 2,300 calories, getting really lean but also really weak. So since I wasn't really progressing year to year, I decided it was time to take a new approach. Based on how I was currently eating, I estimated that my maintenance was roughly 3,700 calories at 195.1 pounds. I then decided if I wanted to maintain the most amount of muscle possible, that I would start off by eating 5 to 6 clean meals a day that would usually consist of chicken, ground turkey, oatmeal, peanut butter, protein powder, things like that. Also vegetables, cannot forget the vegetables. Basically just clean whole foods. Eating these smaller meals more frequently actually helped me combat cravings, which really came in handy later on in my diet. It just helped me to feel more full throughout the day. I also decided that in terms of my calorie deficit, I would start off by subtracting 200 calories from my maintenance, and then every 2 weeks from there, cut out another 200 calories. Because I was cutting calories at a much slower rate, I would be cutting for 16 weeks instead of my normal 12 weeks. I also would continue to progressive overload in the gym since I wasn't in a super steep calorie deficit and was eating really quality food. So week 1, I was eating 3,500 calories, and by week 16, I was eating 2,100 calories. Now, if you followed my whole summer shredding series where I documented week 1 through 16 of my transformation, you'll know that I did do a peak week for the final week. If you want more information on what I did for that, there is a tag above. If you've ever tried to lose weight and even get to sub 10% body fat, you could probably agree that one of the most disheartening things is your workout quality. Last year, whenever I cut, I started off being able to deadlift 405 pounds, and then I ended only being able to deadlift 290 pounds. That really sucked. I was weak on everything, so this year my goal was to keep about 85% of my strength. Eating more calories for a longer duration of time definitely contributed to my muscle growth and strength maintenance, but I also reevaluated the way that I trained. So I always have done a push-pull leg power building split. Push day consists of chest, shoulders, and triceps with bench press. Pull day consists of back and biceps with deadlifts, and legs consists of glutes, hamstrings, and quads with squats. Something that people often overlook is just how well our bodies are able to adapt to certain things. If you find yourself plateauing in the gym, chances are you might just need a new workout. Whether it's a new split, changing the amount of volume you do, or trying new exercises, I recommend that you vary something in your workout routine at least every 8 to 12 weeks to build muscle. For the first 8 weeks, I did a split that went like this. Monday, chest and biceps. Tuesday, back and triceps. Wednesday, quads with deadlifts. Thursday, chest and back. Friday, shoulders and arms. And then Saturday, I did glutes and hamstrings with low bar squats. So this split focused on antagonist muscle groups, similar to how Arnold would train for increased blood flow to the muscles. I would try to do at least 20 sets of each muscle group per week while still training heavy compounds. After the first 8 weeks, as my calories started to decrease more and more, I switched to a 5-day split that went like this. Monday chest, Tuesday back, Wednesday legs, Thursday shoulders, and Friday arms. Now, when you actually do the rest days, doesn't really matter that much. I would just do a rest day on a day I was either really busy or just really sore. I started off sticking to 15 sets per muscle group each week, and then slowly went down to 12 sets per muscle group. Since my body was starting to get more depleted, I stuck to the 8 to 12 rep range, still keeping my intensity high, but not doing anything low volume because I didn't want to increase my chance of injury. I also started to focus more on dumbbells, machines, and cables, so I could introduce something new to my body and also isolate the muscle more than doing more barbell compound movements. Yes, I know this is considered a bro split. I honestly really liked it though because I was able to really establish a good mind-muscle connection, and I noticed an increase in strength and more muscle fullness by changing the way I trained. It was something new. I have never done that split before, and I definitely benefited from it. All right, so to sum everything up, we'll get a little sophisticated here. For my diet, I cut out 200 calories every 2 weeks. I ate 5 to 6 meals per day, and I consumed mostly whole foods. For my workouts, I switched my splits, focused on isolation, and continued to progressive overload while working in the 8 to 12 rep range to reduce the chance of injury. And that is basically everything for how I completely transformed my body in 4 months from 195.1 pounds to 173.7 pounds. Thank you guys for watching this video. If you enjoyed, make sure you leave a like. I know that I covered a lot, so if you have any questions, feel free to comment them down below, or you can DM me on my Instagram at justin.cupp, and I will try my best to answer your questions there as well. Also, if you are new here, make sure you subscribe for more content. I will see you guys next week. Peace out.